is the answer to last video's challenge question. At the end of last video, I gave you this challenge question where I told you that there was a mate in 1 despite a huge material deficit of 22 points. Now, the correct answer was knight to d6 checkmate. This is what's called a smothered mate, where your opponent's king has no escape squares because his own pieces are occupying those squares. For example, this rook, his queen, and his 2 pawns are blocking the king from running away. And our queen is pinning his bishop, so he can't take. Now, at first it looks like knight takes g7 works as well. But, unfortunately, it doesn't, due to the fact that he has bishop takes g7. Today, I will be training your tactical visions and giving you a set of puzzles starting from easy ones, ranging to very difficult ones. Have a look at this position. Black has just played the move d5, and now it is our move. What would you play if you were right here? The correct move is e takes d5. This is because it is a fork of his bishop on e6 and his knight on c6. Now, you may think it is kind of risky since what if Black has enough attackers and he just captures the pawn back safely? Well, actually, he doesn't. Since if he had calculated all the way, we would be up a whole bishop in the end. So let's have a look at what happened. First, he played the very bad move d5, not realizing that we had more attackers than his defenders. So after we took, he basically had no choice but to take back, and then we ended up winning a piece. Now, let's do some harder puzzles. Have a look at this position. He has just played the move bishop to g5, and he is threatening our queen. But there is a way to turn the tables, and instead we could win material. Can you find the move? The move is bishop to h2 discovered check. It reveals an attack of our queen on his queen, and he has no choice but to answer the check, thus playing king takes h2, and now we have time to take his queen. Have a look at this position. Despite the fact that we are up a rook and a bishop for a pawn, white has a very strong attack on our king. But there is still a way to save ourselves and secure a win with a huge material advantage. Can you find it? The correct move is king to h8. Now have a look at this position. We had 4 legal moves here. 1. Queen takes f2. 2. Rook to g7. 3. King to g8. And 4. King to h8. If we had gone queen takes f7, then obviously queen takes f7 is winning for white. If we had gone rook to g7, then rook takes g7, followed by winning the queen, is also winning for white. King to g8 is also losing because of the fact that he has queen takes g5, check. And then after we take, a check like this, followed by pushing his pawn, will secure a promotion. So this is also not an option. Instead, king to h8 is the only move that wins. White is forced to play rook to f1 check to continue trying to attack us, but then we have rook to g8, forcing him to play rook to g8, And after that, king takes g8 will basically subdue his attack. Now have a look here. Why this worked was because if he just took our rook here, we could have taken his rook, and if he took our queen, we could take his queen. So everything worked out. Now let's have a look at another puzzle like this with a similar strength. Now in this position, white has a queen and 4 pawns for 2 rooks, but his king is irregularly placed on b7, and thus it will give us chances. Can you find a move that will create an attack and target his king? The correct move is bishop to d5 check. And then after he plays king to d6, notice that he cannot play king to a6. He cannot play king to a7 because of rook to a8 checkmate. So after king to a6, you need to find the key follow-up here, which is rook to a8 check. Now he has 2 legal moves here, king to b5 and queen to a7. Queen to a7 is simple. We just take his queen, and we're obviously winning this. But if he goes king to b5, the hard to spot bishop to c5 is actually checkmate, due to the fact that the knight controls the b6 square, and the bishop extra controls the knight on a4. As you can see in this position, it is a king and pawn endgame, and we are a pawn up with an extra h6 pawn. But still, if we allow his king to get to f5, then it will become quite hard for us to win, due to the fact that he attains the opposition. Now, there is one critical move here, and you can only win if you find that move. Pause the video and try to and have a look. The correct move is king to g6. What this move does is that 1, it gets us closer and allows us to support the a5 push, and it also blocks the king out from entering to f5, therefore forcing him to use the longer route of e4 instead. And now it gives us time to play this move. Can you find it? The correct move is a5. This forces a pawn trade of some sort. If instead he plays king to f3, then we can play a4, and then our passed pawn here will be hard to stop. So he traded, and obviously we have to take back. And now it's another critical move, king to a4, because after he plays king to g2, we get king to g4, obtaining the opposition and getting an easy win. He moves either way, and we move to the other and motor our pawn down the board. This next puzzle will be your end of video challenge question. Can you find the move in this position that wins for black? Let me know in the comments section how much of the puzzles I featured in this video you got correct. That's it for today, and thank you for your time. If you enjoyed the content, please consider to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.